All right, I'm gonna cut to the chase and we're gonna make this super snappy. So in my last video, I walked you through a super cool tool that lets you compare two different thumbnails to figure out which one is the best thumbnail for your video. This is the A/B test feature, which is a part of TubeBuddy, which is my all-time favorite YouTube tool. And what I really love about this A/B test feature is that it's going to show two different thumbnails to a whole bunch of people, and then based on the data, because facts don't lie, it's going to let you know what is the best one. So it's gonna look at the click-through rate, it's gonna look at views, it's gonna look at watch time, and it's gonna take all of that data together and let you know in a very statistically significant way, hey, this thumbnail performs way better than the other thumbnail. So by doing this, you're not only gonna have data that lets you know what is the better thumbnail, but you're also gonna have a thumbnail that performs better. It's gonna have a better click-through rate, it's gonna have more watches, and it's gonna have more watch time. It's a win-win-win. So in my last video, I walked you through exactly how to use this feature, how to set it up, and how to do the test. So it has been a few weeks since I ran those tests, so now it's time to go and see, okay, what is TubeBuddy saying? What is the better thumbnail? All right, so here we are, baby sleeping, time's a ticking, so let's jump right into this. So the first thing the first thing you want to do is go to TubeBuddy.com and log into your TubeBuddy account. Now, if you don't have one already, don't worry, I got you. Just go to morganstradling.com/TubeBuddyTrial, and that's where you can get a 30-day trial of their Legend license, which is where you get this A/B testing feature. So check it out, it's good, and you won't want to stop once you see how amazing this is. Time was ticking, baby heard me, so we're gonna have to come back to this in a moment. All right, we're back. Once you're on your dashboard, scroll down to A/B tests and then click manage. That's going to bring up all the current A/B tests that you are doing right now. So I have two going right now. If you wanna see all of the ones you've ever done, just click the all button, but these are the two that are running right now. So I wanna look at this one right here. The title was called The Science Behind the Best Time to Upload to YouTube. Get more views in 2021. So you can see right here, it shows the original thumbnail and then the new thumbnail, and then here is all of the data. Now remember, I chose for this test to run until it was statistically significant. And basically what statistically significant means is that it's going to run the test until it is confident that it knows that the outcome is due to the factor of interest and not random chance. Meaning it knows that the outcome is definitely due to this thumbnail or that thumbnail being the better thumbnail and not just random probability. Right now, it is 87.32% confident that the variation is performing better than the original. So let's see how better it is performing. So right now it says that the variation is performing 17.7% better than my original. That's great. My prediction and my hypothesis was the variation thumbnail was much better. Just looking at it aesthetically, that's the one I would rather choose. But which one would other people random choose? And so that's why we're doing this test. And already after having run this for a few weeks, we're getting there. We're almost to the point where it's 95% confident, and it's gonna keep running until it hits that 95% confident level. So let's look at more of the data that they're tracking. So here's the click-through rate. So already the click-through rate is better. So the original was 4.65%, and this one is 5.48%. Clearly, we have a winner for click-through rate. Now, impressions. So they more or less had the same amount of impressions or close enough. The original had about 1,800 impressions, which led to 83 clicks. The variation had 1,900 variations, which led to 104 clicks. So that had more impressions and it had more clicks as a result. So already in 2 out of the 2 categories, the variation is performing better. Now let's look at watch time. So watch time per impression. Now remember, we had about 1,900 impressions for this one, 1,800 for this one. The watch time per impression was about 22.6 seconds for the original, and it's down to 21 seconds for the variation. To me, that isn't a huge deal, but again, that is a category that it is not performing better in, so we got 2 out of the 3. And now here's some more stats. You can just see the different impressions per day for each one of these, along with the amount of clicks. And if we go down to views, the original got 131 views, and this one got 145 views during this time. And also it's going back to average view duration. So this is actually pretty interesting. So instead of this number right here, which was watch time per impression, it's showing average view duration, which to me is the better number because that's the one you can track in your YouTube Studio and it makes more sense. So to me, this is a little interesting that the variation has a lower average watch time, and I'm not really sure why that is, but it is about 45 seconds less of watch time. So that can be definitely concerning. Now, if we're looking at minutes watched, they're basically about the same, but this is just slightly lower. Okay, so again, here are the views, and then it's letting you know the different traffic sources, so where these are coming from. So YouTube search for both was basically the same, but what I think is really, really interesting is where the views ended up coming from as a result of the change was in suggested videos in browse features. You can definitely see where the bulk of the views were coming from is that when this is shown to them in the suggested section or in browse features, they much more are likely to click on it with this better, newer thumbnail. 9 versus 17, 8 versus 15. So nearly double the amount of views. Now, this is actually something that is really important to me and probably one of the biggest factors in whether I'm going to use this thumbnail or not. Because yes, while I absolutely love search and I want to rank in search, it really didn't matter which thumbnail either way. People were going to click it. But what I want with all of my videos is for them to start out in search and then to grow and eventually over time, all of their traffic to come from suggested and browse features. So if I want that to be the case, then I need to pick a thumbnail that is going to perform better in suggested and browse features. So for me, this is obviously a clear winner. I think just by looking at it, it's so much better. So even though we haven't reached the 95% confidence level, it's at 87%. I personally feel confident with what I've seen so far, all of the data, that I'm gonna go. Why can't I talk? I feel confident with all of the data that I've seen so far and breaking everything down that my variation thumbnail is the better thumbnail. So right here, even though it's gonna keep chugging along until it really does hit that statistically significant level, I'm just gonna click stop test, and I'm gonna click stop test and then choose variation. Because again, the data just may show that the original is way better than the variation. That didn't seem to be the case in this case, so I'm gonna click choose variation. And it's gonna end the test at that point, and from that point on, it's just gonna swap out and only use the new thumbnail. So I don't have to do anything else. I don't have to go back into my YouTube studio. I don't have to swatch it. And you can see right here, boom, test is complete. Based on click-through rate, the variation version of your video outperformed your original by 17.71%. Pretty good to me. I'm going to keep it. Thank you, TubeBuddy. As you can see, this is a super helpful tool, and TubeBuddy has so many other features that just make your life so much easier, so much better, more efficient, more optimized when it comes to managing your YouTube channel. So again, if you want to check it out, go to morganstradling.com/TubeBuddyTrial. You can test it all out. You can dive in here and really just go at it to improve your YouTube channel, to get more views, to get more clicks, and get more subscribers. That's all I have for today. And until next time, check out this video right here.